Dan the Man here. It is time for the marathon of videos again because we've got a lot of people here that need some love sent out to them. I'm working with a brother right here who's having some issues with, let me see, what is this? Need desperate help for all year asthma and sinus congestion. So let's attempt the impossible and fit this into 10 minutes, okay? Your lungs are congested, and I'm almost willing to bet that you're having adrenal weakness. Because if you show me an asthmatic, I'm going to show you somebody with adrenal weakness who's not producing steroids and neurotransmitters. So, okay, first of all, you're going to want to start to strengthen the adrenals. So what's that mean? I don't know. It doesn't say what your diet is. If you're drinking coffee, you're going to want to eliminate that. And you're going to want to get more rest. You're going to want to try to recontextualize fear. Okay, this may all seem strange, but let me build into it. You have to strengthen the kidneys and the adrenals to be able to get the hormones and steroids that you need for your lungs to operate properly. Secondly, you've been on the steroids and the albuterol and the Advair for your lungs. Okay, so now you've developed a dependency on these steroids in order for you to breathe. So nobody's out there. Well, let me just say this first of all. This is not medical advice. This is just a dude who cares about people, and this is advice on how to get healthy. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm not going to give any medical advice, but what I'm going to say is if it was me and I had issues with these steroids, I would slowly work my way off of them. Okay, and you have to monitor this yourself because really what you're going to find in the detoxification and regeneration is that most medical doctors are not even aware that there's such a thing or a process because their training is more in medicine and pharmacology and treatment of symptoms as opposed to actually regenerating the tissues in the body so that the body functions again and health can return. So that's what we do on this channel. So if it was me, I would slowly work my way off of the steroids. I believe that's what those, I didn't really look up and see what those are, all the new ones, and so, but it's sort of all the same. But you don't want to just go cold turkey on those because your body does build up a dependency. So what am I going to suggest? The lungs are first of all the seat of the emotions, okay? So I want you to start considering working on your emotional state. That being said, I'm always going to promote the simplicity of the whole thing, and that's to eat raw foods. Lung congestion and allergies and stuff like that is usually just an overload of toxicity in the whole body, but then it manifests itself in our weakest areas. So if you have genetic weaknesses passed on in the lung area, the inflammation, the congestion is going to show itself in the lung area. So you've got to clean out your body. I know I tend to oversimplify, but it's not, because it is that simple. We're toxic. We're living in a toxic world. There's a lot of breathing and stuff in the air and the food. So if you're on dairy, I'm gonna suggest that you just get the dairy out. Okay? Get the congesting grains out. I would get out all of as much spices and condiments and all that as you can. Right now, you're going to want to eat as clean as you can. I'm talking about a pound of grapes for breakfast, big old green juice for lunch with spinach, and parsley is going to be really good because it's going to work on the kidneys, adrenals, and the lungs at the same time. So while you're drinking the green juices, you're going to want to monitor your own intake of these. I mean, what I would say is if it was me, I would monitor the intake of your medications while simultaneously eliminating congesting type foods like the dairy and the grains, so on and so forth. That's not a complete list. I would also be simultaneously drinking green juice like it's no tomorrow. That being said, if it was me, I would take at least 1 day a week to do water fasting on your day off or whatever it's going to take a day off. I don't suggest long water fasting in a situation like this. Some people probably would, but I don't know your condition enough from this little letter here that you wrote. But you know, right now I think you want to simultaneously strengthen with the raw foods and detoxify. So sometimes, like in a detox, like if we were going to water fast, I mean, you just get weak, and a lot of people are just too, don't have the systemic energy right now to suggest water fasting. So let's just forget that for now, because what I would suggest is that you start getting a lot of magnesium, chlorophyll, manganese, some phosphorus for the lungs. That's going to come from mostly leafy green herbs. And then if it was me in this situation, I would use fruit to break up the congestion. I believe that citrus fruits are really good for that. It's winter right now. I would eat oranges. Grapes are kind of out of season, so I haven't even seen any good grapes, so I wouldn't suggest that. But when the spring and summer comes and there's grapes again and you're still dealing with this, eat grapes like there's no tomorrow, because grapes are shaped like the alveoli, the bronchia. And I think that the doctrine of signatures will indicate that grapes are really good for the lungs, as well as broccoli being good for the lungs. That's my belief system, because again, you look at the florets on the broccoli and they have the same shape as the bronchioli in the lungs. Okay, so I hope that I'm giving you enough here to work with. You're going to want to just, it's like this is true for everybody out there who's dealing with everything. If I was having any health issues, I would simultaneously remove the heavy cooked over processed foods, and I would bring in the living, light, high water, nutrient dense fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Okay, I'm also going to suggest that you go over to godsherbs.com. Maybe Krista will put up a link on this one or not. I don't know. We're doing the video marathon, so I'm doing it. I'm not sure with the links and stuff, but go to godsherbs.com and look at the lungs formula. My friend Robert, I have no financial interest in this. He just has the best stuff to help people. I've taken these herbs and I've seen what it's done for people. Get yourself the lung formula. I would also get the adrenal formula and a couple other formulas too that you might look at. I don't know what your financials are right now, but people are spending a lot of money going and seeing these doctors. And I know I've got some doctor friends out there that are really cool and they watch this channel. I mean, medical doctors come to this channel and watch because Dan the Man is a detoxification specialist, and I've spent my whole life, it's my main passion. So there are really cool doctors, but you just got to realize that they're not trained in cellular function, and that's what we want to do, is open up your lungs with the living high water fruits while you're simultaneously, this is what I would do. Again, I would simultaneously triate is what it's called, I believe is the word, where you slowly wean yourself off and go out and get as much fresh air and open up the lungs as you can. Don't hurt yourself. Don't do anything crazy, but just gentle walking. Also, if I was you, I would, while I'm eating the raw foods, I would put a pillow behind my back, open my arms up, and open my lungs up really wide. I would lay on a pillow and I put a pillow under my back and expand your lungs and just lay there, okay? But go real slow and intelligent. The raw foods are going to energize cells. The lung formula is going to help to open up the cells. The green juices, I believe, are going to feed that area, feed the heart and the cardiovascular system, and start to melt away some of the congestion, okay? So the congestion is going to be a huge issue with the dairy and the grains, in my opinion. The adrenal weakness is also going to be a huge issue. That's doing too much, stressing out, getting pissed off at the guys in traffic, drinking too much coffee and stimulating with too many stimulants. And so the adrenal formula from godsherbs.com is going to help there. Again, my time is up. I think I gave you enough though to work with. Raw foods, it's not that difficult. Energize the cells with raw foods and be intelligent in slowly weaning yourself off. That's what I would do if it was me, okay? This is not medical advice, and I just care about people, and I believe we can all get healthy. The year 2010 is the Life Regenerators channel year of healing. we are well, we are healthy, we are full of vibrant life.